action. Thank you very much, Hannah. Hey, everybody, how you doing today? It's Zoo EDventures today, live with you, which is always so much fun. We're at the honeybee habitat. A couple things before we get started. I want to make sure everybody hears. Christian, we missed you. Thanks for saying hi, though. So Christian was a guest who came the other day and was looking for us. Apparently Christian does watch the Zoo EDventures a lot, so we appreciate you. And Stephanie was so nice the other day to say hi to you as well. And Johnny, it was awesome that you guys were coming here. Oh, I hear my voice from coming over here. One other thing, I do need you guys to meet. Hi. I can't believe you're on there.
It's a big bee.
It is a very big bee. Everybody, Zoo EDventures, friends and guests, please say hi to Brett.
Big bee. Hey,
we've got great news, and a little bit of sad news. Sad news isn't cry sad news, but it's for us. Chelsea, the wonderful and amazing Chelsea, she got a full-time job.
What? Congratulations, Chelsea.
She got a full-time job in Nickel, but cool thing, she's still at the zoo, which is awesome.
Yeah,
exactly.
Stay
cool.
here.
She got her dream job. She's now over at the aviary here at the North Carolina Zoo. So congratulations to Chelsea. If you do watch these, Chelsea, we will miss you. And I know that our digital friends now are saying that they miss you as well. So we will miss Chelsea. We do have Brett, who will be helping me out a lot for these. Hannah is behind the camera.
Hello.
Hannah's going to be kind of coming and going every once in a while to make sure that we have somebody who can do the really fancy stuff behind the camera. So Hannah is with us today for that. Leslie is doing programs, in case you're curious. We wanted to get some of that out of the way about who is this new team here in front of you today. So we think it's cool to be able to share some of that with.
Yay.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you ready?
I'm absolutely ready.
What?
I remembered the button today.
You remembered the button?
Yeah.
What button?
The button.
The button.
You remembered the button? Yeah. She remembered the donate button.
What?
Thank you so much, Hannah, for that. Remembering the donation button. If the donation button is up, guys, if everybody does feel the compunction to give a little bit of money to the North Carolina Zoo through your Zoo EDventures team, we would love for that to happen. But today is all about the amazing bee, honeybees in particular, and how the North Carolina Zoo cares for the bees, which is kind of unique. So I think it's time for you and I to come off the camera.
Oh, okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
And we'll head in to where the bees are. Can you get off? Oh,
I can get off the bee.
Yeah, bee first, camera second. So yeah, it's kind of cool to think that we provide care for a lot of animals here at the zoo, right? We provide care for elephants, and we provide care for alligators. We provide care for the blue death feigning beetles, which is really kind of neat.
How do you?
We're going to the hive?
Oh.
Yeah, we're going to the hive. So Brett, you and I will keep.
Oh. Not.
Oh, jeez.
Hannah, not that high.
Oh,
Hannah, the observation hive. This way, the observation hive. What were you saying, Brett? We had to keep her.
How do you care for bees, though? Don't they just take care of themselves?
Oh, great question. So they don't really care for themselves, but what we do is we let the bees tell us what they need.
Okay.
Let's get out of the sun.
Okay. It's warm.
So we are in the Honeybee Barn, and that was a fantastic question.
Thank you.
Because, can you still see us?
yes. Great light.
Good. Great light? Wow. We need as much light as we can get, I think, and especially if it's great. So the keepers here, I did have to ask some questions of keepers, so thank you very much, Katie. Hagen is out there. Dustin Smith was able to turn us onto those, and Adrian even stopped by for a second. So we do appreciate those guys stopping by and helping us out. We'll come on down here a little bit further. Just so we can get out of everybody else's way. Look at Hannah putting that down. Look at the skills that Hannah has over there.
She's doing parkour behind the screen.
Can you guys still see us? Digital friends, we still good? Now we don't have maybe the best of light. So I got some help from the zookeeper friends to help with this. They were going to come, but sometimes things happen, so they weren't able to show up with us today. So it was nice of them to give us some information. So we actually let the bees in the observation hive tell us what they need. So the bees are who we're reacting to. For example, if the observation hive gets really, really big, we might split the hive and take some bees somewhere else.
How do you split a hive?
We have 5 to 7 active hives that we care for on grounds, right? 5 to 7 that are here. And who knows how many wild hives there are. We're not monitoring those. If a hive were to get too small or not be doing so well, they might put more bees in the observation hive.
How do you pick up bees?
Right? So there's frames inside the hives, inside the actual hive itself. And those frames are what the bees are on. So you can actually move those frames around if you have to.
Right.
In times of food shortage, they might provide sugar water for the animals.
Oh, neat.
So they're always
Like
providing
tea.
that.
Like sweet tea.
Really, really sweet tea without the tea.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of things that they actually do, but they're watching the bees, and the bees are telling us what kind of care we need to provide. So again, thanks to the keepers for that information.
Thank you, the bees, for telling us.
That's true. And being able to react and pay attention to the bees, which is really exciting, and really something that has to happen all the time. When we really think about it, the bees are part of the population here at the zoo. So they deserve the same type of care so that they can thrive in their habitats. So if we're able to do that, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Bees, really, really important. Can you show them this food? I'm going to come over here real quick. Show it over here, Miss Hannah. Hannah's like, where are we going, Steve? Steve, where are we going? Steve. Digital friends, pick your favorite food. And if you guys are really looking at this cool hive, which is hexagonal, kind of neat. What did you point at? Strawberries.
Yeah.
Strawberries for Miss Brett. What about you, Hannah? You have a favorite on the list?
I'm going to go with watermelon.
Watermelon.
Yes.
Very, very nice. Let's see, on this list, we'll let the digital friends pick theirs too. So everybody tell us about some of your favorites on there too. Bob, what's your favorite? I bet you're there. Bob Langston, neighborhood naturalist. Bob, what's your favorite, bud? On this list, I'm going to go cucumber.
Cucumbers, really?
Nice and fresh and just wonderful.
They don't taste like anything.
Oh, Brett. And I will admit, as some of our digital friends know, I'm a baseball freak.
Oh.
Sunflower seeds.
Bob says peaches.
Bob says peaches.
Peaches.
All right, Bob, that's fair.
Peaches are good.
Very
Peach
cool.
cobbler.
Ooh,
Cobbler
that's a good
is
one.
Really good.
But take bees out of the equation, digital friends. Now we got challenges. So bees are so very important for a million different reasons. So it's awesome that the North Carolina Zoo is helping to care for some bees here. And by providing that, they're caring for a lot of the other plants throughout the park.
Avocados.
Ooh, nice. You like
An
an
avocado toast?
Ooh.
I'm a millennial.
I won't say anything about you being a millennial, which is okay.
I said it myself, so you didn't have to.
Let's show them where the beehive begins.
Right.
So we're going back out in the sunshine. So come out here. Brett, it's supposed to be 95 degrees today.
That's really hot.
Hannah, 95?
That is a little hot for me.
Not cool. Not cool. Literally, not cool.
Not cool.
That was funny. So, Hannah, can you show them this little hole over here?
Sure can. Let me see.
Oh. What are they doing?
So that's where they come and go to get into what we call the observation hive here at the zoo. So we have an observation hive. So our digital friends, you can come and you can see the bees all over the place. But this little hole is where the bees are coming and going from.
And are they swarming?
Oh, that's an awesome question. This is not really a swarm. A swarm happens sometimes when a hive gets too large. They might leave to find another home.
Do ours swarm?
They do, actually, as a matter of fact. Great, that's awesome. They'll swarm maybe once or twice a year. Sometimes the keeper staff will go try to find them. Sometimes let them go and do nature's thing. And by doing nature's thing, I mean they'll form their own hive out there. Not that nature's going to take its course and the bees will pass away. They're very great at surviving. They can do their own thing out and about. So if they do swarm, if we do try to catch them, we might use one of our other hives that the bees might then use as their own home. Or they'll just take up residence out in the park somewhere else.
And they can survive through the winter on their own?
Yes, absolutely. And that was a question I asked because I was like, what? And that was the other part of the caring, right? Want them to thrive through the season. I'm like, what do we do in the wintertime? And I learned an amazing fact from Keeper Hagen. So they can. Honeybees can survive through the winter. All of them can actually survive through the winter. A lot of them can actually survive through the winter. They don't survive well in the observation hive. Let's show them the observation hive so they can see that it has kind of it's not small, but it's narrow. And that narrowness is one of the reasons that we have to move them. Oh. So can you get a broad view of the hive? And then, there you go.
It's so tall.
It is. But it's narrow, it's thin.
Yeah.
It's thin. It's only one. Remember you asked about how we move the animals? I said they have the frames.
Yeah.
This is 1 frame thick.
1 frame thick.
1 frame thick. So there's only 1 frame in there. Wow. So that our honeybees are taken out of the observation hive that Hannah is showing you now. They're taking out of the observation hive. The reason is so neat. In this hive, they cannot, fancy science phrase, thermoregulate.
Thermoregulate.
Thermo, temperature.
Right.
Regulate, keep it. So you can know what regulation means.
Keep their temperature the
Keep
same.
their temperature. So they're not able to do that in this hive because they can't, even though it looks like they're really clumped up, they can't kind of bundle or cluster together. Oh. So when they do that, they're able to actually monitor their own temperature.
Wow.
As an individual, some of you have heard this phrase before. As an individual, they are ectotherms. The temperature outside is what's keeping their body temperature. But as a colony, they can maintain their own temperature and they can raise it.
Oh, by shivering.
Exactly. They're shivering, and like you guys might do sometimes, like everybody, like our digital friends might do. Might shiver. Not today.
It's so hot.
So they'll shiver, and by vibrating their body, they can increase the temperature of themselves and of the hive as a total.
Smart.
So in a narrow hive like this, they can't do that. They can't kind of bunch up together.
Oh yeah. It's only 1 bee thick.
Only 1 bee thick. So they're not able to do it. But so we do pull them in the wintertime.
Okay.
If we have to provide supplemental food, we can. They do create honey.
They do?
They do. Now, we don't harvest it if we can help it because the bees need it. It's their winter food.
Oh, yeah.
Now, let's say we do have a surplus. We will harvest that and we'll freeze it. Ooh. And now we can use that winter food we can use that summer food in the winter for bees that might need it, for a hive that might need a little extra food. So all this kind of behind the scenes thing going on to care for the bees here at the North Carolina Zoo, I think it's so neat that all that is going on. I didn't know a lot of that stuff. And I thought, we've done kind of bees and their jobs, and there's a queen bee, there's a worker bee, there's a drone bee. Do you know the difference between those three?
The drone is the male, right?
Right. We're going to meet volunteer Dennis in a second, but he provided this awesome graphic. Doo-doo-doo. Digital friends, point to the queen bee. Oh, wait, maybe.
I might have to.
Can you help
I'll be
them?
the digital friend.
You be the...
Right here. This is the queen in the middle.
Look how big.
Like Beyonce.
And that's how you check. That's how you find a queen bee in a hive. Sometimes they'll be actually marked. Sometimes the bees will actually be marked. But on this one, that's the queen. What about the drone?
It's labeled. It's
it's labeled?
It's that one.
Oh.
It's okay, though. But yeah,
so the challenge wasn't exactly what it was supposed to be?
I mean, it is still a challenge.
What's the last bee, digital friends?
The worker bee.
The worker. Which are boys, which are girls? Dun, 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 dun. That's not labeled, is it?
No, it's not.
Whew. Good golly, trying to challenge you all and giving all the answers away.
I think the queen's a female.
Queen is a female, kind of. Yep, there you go. Your skills are amazing.
I'm really good at
You've
deduction.
just started, and oh my gosh.
I'm so good.
What about the workers? Are the workers males or females, everybody?
I don't know.
Or are they mixed?
Maybe mixed.
Maybe mixed. Makes sense.
Yeah.
They're all girls.
What?
These are all sisters.
Strong, independent women.
They're all sisters. The drone, or the male, his job is to just mate with the queen.
Oh.
Yeah, right? That's it. Mates with the queen. If he doesn't mate in the wintertime, that's a mouth you don't want to feed. Kick the dudes out.
Really?
Yeah.
So all these bees in here are probably female.
They're all probably female.
Or most of them.
Yep. You think we should get Dennis over here?
Dennis!
Because I don't know what's going on in the hive.
Yeah, I can't see anything in there.
You think Dennis will help us out? Dennis, can you help us out? Everybody, digital friends, say hello to Dennis. I'm going to get out of Dennis's way. Say hello to Dennis. Dennis brings literally years of experience to the North Carolina Zoo and beekeeping in general.
That's correct.
So nice to meet you. Digital friends, please say hi to Dennis. They're right now waving at you. I promise you, somebody's waving.
Good morning.
Some people are clapping on there, so that's awesome to hear.
Yes.
And where are y'all from? Any new folks out there?
We had someone
Put it in there.
Illinois earlier.
Oh, nice. Very
Really?
good. So, Dennis, we've talked about kind of how we care about the bees on the keep list. Can you kind of share with our digital friends what they can see in the hive when they come?
Yeah, basically we'll go from the top to the bottom.
Sweet.
You'll notice there's 5 frames in here, which is basically what we will call a nucleus colony.
Nucleus?
It's a nucleus. It's the basic minimum of what we deem is necessary to keep a colony going.
Very cool.
And usually the brood is at the bottom frames and the honey will be at the top.
So
although
brood is the females and the offspring.
the eggs.
Eggs.
The eggs that they lay and the larvae and all. And
Wow.
I'll try to show you some of that in just a second.
Oh, thank you.
But up here, you'll see a little bit of honey
Oh, no way.
right in this area,
Nice.
okay? And then down, I don't know, I may have to get my flashlight out. If you can see the shiny, I don't know if that's showing up, is the shiny.
Oh, it does. Every
See
once in
it?
a while, a little shine. Yeah, a little kind of glimmer.
Okay?
Yeah, you
That
can
is-
see it all down here.
Right, that is nectar that they have brought in that they have not
Oh, wow.
made into honey at this point in time, okay?
Oh, so it's not honey yet.
That is
That's
not honey. Yeah,
truly
it's-
nectar. Okay.
It's honey when they cap it over, and they get it down to about an 17% water level, they will cap it over.
No, why it's so thick. Nice.
Okay. Okay, if you come on down, you'll notice the brown area behind the bees in here.
Yeah.
That is eggs that have hatched, formed a larva, and they have got into the stage where they've capped it over, and that will become a bee
Oh,
in
neat.
21 days.
I think we have a picture of that. Brett, would you mind grabbing? I think it's over there. We'll show you that picture in a sec.
Okay? And then as you come on down, hopefully we may catch a glimpse of the queen in here. She is unmarked. She is in the hive. I've seen her this morning.
Oh, nice.
But you'll notice in there's some larvae, the white-looking substance back here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. The egg is hatched, and they're getting it to the stage where it'll go into the pupa stage, and they'll cap it over.
Okay.
All right.
And then they just continue to change into the adult bee.
That's
wow.
correct. So that's the brood area and the honey.
Okay.
And you'll notice they will form some honey around the edges on the perimeter
Oh,
of
neat.
where the brood is. That's so they don't have to run up so far to get it to make the
So
bee
bees are
they
bread.
are-
lazy too.
Yeah,
I was going smart, but that's okay.
that they make bee bread to feed the pupa and larva.
Wait. Did you say bee bread?
Right, bee bread is what we call a mixture of pollen and honey that they have mixed together
bread.
to feed.
Pollen and honey is bee bread.
Right.
That makes
And
sense.
I
then
call
they,
that a snack.
Yeah. They also take and make royal jelly out of it. Now, that's all that the queen will eat.
Really?
From the time she is an egg, they make royal jelly, and they process it through some special glands that they have, and they'll feed the queen for her entire life. royal
Wait.
jelly.
So, they know from the time that the egg is laid that possibly could be the queen?
That is correct. They decide if they need a new queen, if this queen is failing,
Right.
the mother queen in here is failing, or or something's wrong with her, or she's died, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, they will pick an egg that's approximately 3 days old,
Wow.
and they will designate that egg to become a new queen.
No kidding.
And
They pick their queen.
and they'll form a little special cell off to the side
Yep.
or the bottom of the frame. It's usually a swarm cell if it's along the bottom.
Okay.
If off the side, it's just a queen replacement cell,
Okay.
if you will. And
So organized.
but
Yeah.
it'll look like a little peanut hanging off the side of the frame.
No kidding.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That is so neat. And I see the waggle dance. My friends who might be watching know about the waggle dance. And trust me, Steve is not doing. The last thing you want to see at 10:20 in the morning is Steve doing the waggle dance. That is not happening.
I want to see it.
No.
I was looking to see if there's
Oh,
usually
there's a
one
waggle
there.
there.
Yeah.
I see him. Oh, no, never mind. It stopped as soon as I said it.
No.
Yep.
I was hoping to see
there's
some
one up
pollen
there.
up there.
Oh, that'd be cool. Can you point out a bee? We've talked about these just a little bit ago, but for those who haven't seen it, the pollen baskets?
Sure. If I
Is
could-
there a bee with a really nice pollen basket? Because that's what they go out and they harvest the pollen, they bring it back. It's so neat to see they actually have these built-in baskets on their legs.
You can check the other side if you like.
Okay. Here's a really cool graphic. Here's that picture that Brett was so kind to go grab. And you can see kind of the progression from the egg through the pupa, which is in there. So these are capped, and they're beginning to become the adult bees in there. So that's kind of an idea what things might be looking like inside some of those cells. Tiny little things, right?
Starts out so small and then it
Yep.
gets so big.
Bigger and bigger. Bigger and bigger and bigger.
See
B-E-E.
what you did there.
G. Thank you very much. Every once in a while I got to do things like that.
See over there either.
Nothing. Well, that's all right. I was just kind of curious if we could
Oh, wait.
get a pop of that.
There's
What do
one.
you have on?
She's coming in.
Coming in.
Oh, coming in.
She's coming in.
Coming in
Coming
from a
in
landing. Oh yeah.
she
Oh,
went
nice,
up.
nice spot, Hannah. 10 points for you today. That was kind of cool.
I don't know where she's gonna go, but
So where would they go, Dennis? So the bee comes
They
back.
will, they will
oh,
find.
there she is.
They will find
The bright yellow.
a particular spot that they need to
That's so cool.
put the pollen in. And
Yeah?
there is some up here.
They're making
I'll show you.
bread.
Well, they are, and they'll store it for later use.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
That's so
Neat.
cute.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. Let's see. If you look right in there, they'll get out of the way. You can see some different colored substance in the back. That is some pollen that they packed down in there.
Oh, neat.
There's some right there.
And the pollen is another food, another
That
food
is
source
another
for them.
food, yes. We have carbohydrates and protein.
Oh, neat. Okay.
Oh, pollen is
That's
protein.
cool.
Yeah, exactly. And you
The
got your
pollen is a protein.
and your sugar water or your nectar.
Carbs.
Yeah, exactly.
I like
Exactly
the
right.
carbs part.
Most
That
of
is
us
so
do.
neat. Very cool. And the observation hive is here. About how long is it active? Is there any way to even give an estimate on that?
Normally, we close it up about second week in October.
Okay, so that's a little longer than I thought it was going to
And
be.
we open it up, and this year we opened it up later, but typically it's in March.
Okay.
And you were talking about this hive swarming. It was my first year working here, which was 4 years ago. This hive swarmed.
It did.
My first day.
No,
It was April
your first
15th,
day.
Yes. And it got on the tree out there, the
Yeah.
old pine tree, and we were able to collect it and
And
put
you
it in
can
a little
secure that one.
box. Yeah.
That is so cool. So yeah, it'll happen from time to time, which is important. It's good to see it happen.
And you were asking about the drone population.
Yes,
It's approximately 1% of a hive.
1%,
Right, yes.
plus or minus.
Right. And
So out of
every 100,
every 100 bees,
there's only one drone.
yeah.
a drone.
Yeah.
One dude.
One drone.
One dude.
For every 100 female.
But typically
Workers.
about this time of day, they're out flying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're out looking for a mate.
Oh, I did not know that. That's interesting. So the drones will leave, look for a mate, and come. Will they come back here, or will that?
Oh,
is that
they'll come back here, but they may wind up going to some other hives. But
Nice.
but,
Okay.
They
That's cool.
typically, and like you said, if they make it through October,
Yeah.
September,
Yep.
the sisters are going to push them out on the ground. They're not going to feed them over winter.
That's so funny.
Wow.
And they are sisters. I guess that's at that point. They're, like,
They're all sisters.
Still, time to get them out of there.
Yeah, I'll give you something to think about. The
Be nice to
drone
your
has
sister.
a granddaddy, but it has no father.
A drone has a
The
grandfather.
drone has a granddaddy,
Yes.
but not a father.
Is that a riddle?
No, that's the truth.
That's truth by Dennis.
Wow.
Basically, when the
How does that work?
when the queen lays an egg,
Okay.
okay, she chooses at that time whether it's going to be a boy or a girl.
Oh.
Oh, she chooses.
Yeah, and it's based on usually the cell size, but there's
Oh.
other reasons.
Okay.
But she chooses to have a boy. She'll
Mhm.
lay an unfertilized egg, so it only has a mother's genes.
Oh, of course.
Oh, wow.
So not quite a clone
Right.
because she's still,
Yeah.
but wow,
That's
Right.
that's
And so
Honeybees.
if she lays a fertilized egg,
right?
it's going to be a worker.
oh.
As
That's
a
so
female, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Neat. Okay.
And if you'll look,
So she just
as
yeah,
we
it
go
kinda
into
is
the
a clone.
hives, and we pick a frame with that brood on it that I showed you a while ago.
Yeah, the
The
brown.
brood back, the brown stuff in the back here, behind the bees.
Yep.
If one is sticking out like a little 22 bullet,
Yep.
protruding out above the surface of that wax, that is going to be a boy.
And also a little bit bigger. Okay, that makes sense. I got it.
Wow.
Well, that is so
That's
neat.
so cool.
And it takes them 24 days to incubate
24 days.
from the day of the eggs.
That's a very
Nice.
short time.
That isn't too bad.
No, 21 for workers.
Very
16
Shorter
for a
for-
queen.
Only 16 days for a queen.
It's because she's big and robust and she's the best.
She grows super fast because they're feeding her all that jelly.
Feeding on royal jelly.
Yeah.
Dennis, thank you so much. This has
quite
been
welcome.
really fun, and I appreciate you giving us a little tour of the hive. And I know that our digital friends have enjoyed meeting you as well.
I hope so.
We've got one more thing to share with them. Can you follow us, Hannah? We got one more thing we want to share. You too now. Hey everybody, how you doing? This is this is so neat.
Thank you, Dennis.
That idea of care that's provided, and then what all can be seen in the hive itself. Really kind of neat. We have one more thing we want to talk about. Dun, da, da. Digital friends, how's Hannah doing on the camera? We can't see it, so digital friends, we need to know how Hannah's doing. You going back to the bee friend? You can go back to the bee friend. I'm going to sit here. You go back to the bee friend. Be kind, my digital friends. Be kind. Some hints and tips. We always try to provide some actions for you when we can to avoid being stung. I bet if I said, who's been stung by a honeybee? A lot of hands are going up. Did you know they don't want to sting you? And they really only sting if they feel threatened. When they're swarming, they're not threatened. They're not protecting anything. So when they're swarming, they rarely sting. But if they feel threatened, they're going to sting. Just like you, when you feel threatened, you might get mean, you might get aggressive, you might get mad. Same thing with bees. To avoid being stung, a couple things you can do. Wear shoes. When you're out and about, wear shoes when you're in the grasses. Bees can't sting your shoes, so wear shoes when you're out and about. We want you to make sure that when you're out and about, you avoid wearing real light-colored clothes. Oh, for good golly, I don't want to do that. Because you don't want to wear those. But just be aware. And as light and flowy kind of things, be aware, be careful with those. I'm trying to read my notes over there. I'm reading past her shoulders.
Don't swat at them.
Don't swat at them. Thank you very much, the person who can see the notes behind Hannah's head. So don't swat. Again, you're just making them mad. So don't do that. Actions you can take that are bee friendly. So be kind. Be friendly to them. When you're if you choose to apply herbicides and pesticides, read the bottle. Too much is not good. Too much. If some is good, some is what you should use. More is not good. So make sure you're providing that material. Weeds. A weed is simply, horticulture friends, a weed is simply a flower you didn't want where it is. But a lot of times the bees can rely on that material. They can rely on those weeds that are there. So if you can bear with them, leave them there. Like dandelions in the spring. Dandelions are one of the first foods for bees. So if you can let them flower, if you don't want the seeds, I get it. If you can let them flower, why not let them do that?
I think butterflies like some of those flowers, plants too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. So now we're making that insect friendly, pollinator friendly
If you like butterflies.
gardens as well. Yeah, so you've had that opportunity too. Look right behind Miss Hannah on the note over there.
And then
Avoid
planting
pesticides.
friendly plants when you can.
Whenever you can. So
Pollinator friendly plants.
make those
Tongue
choices
twister.
to plant those. So another really important thing to be able to do. I think that's kind of neat. Brett, you didn't sit in the water.
I didn't sit in the. There's a big water.
There's a big water pile here.
But they can't see the bee friendly sign if I sit on the water.
Oh, good point. You had something you wanted to share?
I did. Check it out.
This is so cool.
Crafts.
So those of you that are sort of new, there's an Adventures in Education group. If you haven't been there, you can check that out. The Adventures in Education group. Tons of amazing crafts. This one created by my good friend Nikki P. A lot of other folks have put some amazing content on there. There's activities, there's crafts, there's things that you can do. Summer is still going on. Maybe you can take part of these in the summertime. That one is an upcycled craft that Nikki made from an old can, bottle caps. The wings are made of pop bottles. Yes, pop bottles.
Don't encourage him. It's soda.
But some really neat things that you can do. And on that Adventures in Education group, if you get on there and check things out, there's some really cool stuff. And there's new content being added quite often to that. So a really fun day. And we thought, we've done some we just came of our wonderful zookeeper appreciation. Thank you all so much for the questions. That was so cool. Yeah, and absolutely thanks to the keepers as well. We had the big animals. We thought we'd come and do honeybees with you today during our Facebook Live Zoo Adventures with you here from the North Carolina Zoo in Asheboro, North Carolina. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Hannah, it was awesome having you with us today.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Brett, welcome to the team.
Thank you.
We're so glad to have you too. We're excited about the things places you'll take us, things we'll do. And your other friend here in front is Steve with you on those Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. Stay safe, our Zoo Adventures friends. I hope you get to the zoo one day. If you do and you see us out and about, please don't hesitate to say hello. We'd love to meet you if we can. Have a great rest of the week. We'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.